Welcome back to the show, guys. My name is Andre. This is Yup, I Said It. So Joe Biden's getting his boots smoked, okay? In every poll, everywhere you turn, Trump is winning. But these people can't let go of old Joe, man. They just can't do it. They can't give any credit to Trump. We're almost in World War III. Joe Biden looks like he's funding both sides of the war. Okay. He can't stand up straight, can't talk, eating all the ice cream in your freezer. Worst president in history, but he got 81 million votes. You know, MSNBC, they will go down with the ship, son. They're going down with the Titanic until their last finger underwater. They just going to keep going down. Let them tell you how good Joe Biden is.
Well, they're a problem, and I think you have to overcome them. And I think some smart thinking by the White House and some other people. I remember when Nixon was facing Ed Muskie back in '71, he made a lot of changes. He opened up the gold window. He brought in wage price controls. He made the country feel better about themselves. And I think he's going to have to make some change. One thing he can do is get the governors. I've noticed the governors around the states, and this is all over the Northeast, certainly, they take credit for all economic developments because of infrastructure. Infrastructure is entirely based upon what Biden did. Biden spent all that money. He won the bill. He got it through. And all those projects that are picking up in jobs across the country, and they're putting up the flags, hey, we get new jobs, the governors are taking the credit. And I'm telling you, they're all doing it. I'm not going to name them, but I've seen it significantly in the Northeast. Yeah. They're taking the credit for what he's done. And I think he's got to get some of that credit from the governors. And they got to pass the word, hey, give Uncle Joe a little hello here, because he's the one getting the economy going.
Certainly, they're not for loss of material. I mean, there's absolute contrast between Biden and Trump. And you have choices that voters can make that are very clear based on facts. There's a huge contrast between the Biden administration, accomplishments by the Democrats as a result, and Republicans. Yeah. Women's, I mean, the list, we could do 4 hours. There would not be time to spell out the contrast that you think would be more in line with where most of the American people are, American voters. Are these poll results, and you can comment on that, part of a Biden pattern, not to be overreacted to when you look at where he ends up?
I think a lot of it is it was in the Wall Street Journal on Saturday, which is always a great edition of the Wall Street Journal, the Saturday edition. And they talked about his strength on foreign policy. He has been so good. He has united Europe in the Ukraine battle. He has done something we haven't been able to do in decades. He's a leader of the world. And he's also been right, and I think he could be a little more tough on Netanyahu, but I think he's moving in the right direction on the Middle East. And he's had to deal with the Taiwan situation. It just may be that he's been so forceful on foreign policy that that's all the headlines. So if you're 20 years old and you've got a college loan or whatever, and you may not be making a lot of money yet, you're looking at the president on foreign policy. He seems to be out there all the time as the leader of the world. And I think a lot of young people would say, well, what about my student loan? What about my situation? And I think they may be saying, I want a more immediate help. And so it could be, just thinking here, he's getting a lot of headlines about foreign policy and his position on Netanyahu and what he's doing and pushing him to a two-state solution and trying to keep Ukraine surviving as a country and saving Europe from Russia. All these good things, and avoiding a war in the Taiwan Straits, all these are good things to do, but they're all headlines, Mika. And it could be the headlines make him seem remote, distant from the economic situation.
Yeah, so what you're hearing is the Democrats panicking because they don't have a plan, okay? This is what it looks like when Democrats actually don't have a plan, all right? They don't have anything to back them up, man. They haven't done much. Okay, their voters are angry. They can't give these people what they want. That's why the people are upset. They don't call them do-nothing Democrats for nothing. They haven't given their base what they've been asking for. You think young kids care about foreign policy? No, they don't want to go to war. They know it's expensive. They're not stupid. Okay, these college kids are crazy. They're extreme leftists, okay? They are SJWs, but they're not crazy. You didn't give them. You can't steal money from taxpayers and give it to a bunch of college kids. You know, we don't want to pay for their education. It's just not right. That's why he can't do it. That's why they can't get it done, because too many people are against it. So, you know, Biden's all of a sudden doing very well, especially on foreign policy. Bro, are you kidding me right now? Are you serious? Even Cardi B can see, bro. Okay? Cardi B even can see it, bro. They're losing their minds. It's because Joe Biden literally is the worst president we've ever had. You can do what you want with that. So, you know, you can miss me with the bullcrap, man. But the polls aren't lying. They're not going to keep the polls, and the numbers don't lie, bro. People are not happy in the United States.
Let's start with the bottom line here. President Biden, what is his job approval rating? We measure it now at 40%, with 57% disapproving. The significance, that is the lowest President Biden has ever measured in our poll in terms of job approval. And just look at the sea change from the start of this year. Remember, early this year, Democrats coming off a strong 2022 midterm. He was almost even. Now he's 17 points underwater on this question.
Significant dip there, Steve.
It is. And you can actually, if you take a look here by party, I think it's significant for two reasons. One, independents, obviously more than 2-1 disapprove. You don't want to be there as an incumbent president, but I think equally significant, no surprise, 7% of Republicans approve of Joe Biden's job performance, but 3 times as many Democrats, 21%, that's more than 1 in 5, say they disapprove. You need much more unified support in your own party if you're going to have a successful re-election campaign.
Well, there you have it. US President Joe Biden's approval rating has dropped to the lowest level of his presidency. The latest national NBC News poll has found his approval rating is sitting at 40%. And looking at the statistics, his handling of foreign policy is the key issue. The majority of voters disapprove of his handling of foreign policy. Only 33% of voters approve of it, which is down 8 points from September. The Israel-Hamas war is having a negative impact on Biden's chance of re-election. 56% of voters disapprove of his handling of the conflict. Democratic pollster Jeff Howard of Hart Research Associates says Joe Biden is at a uniquely low point in his presidency, and a significant part of this, especially within the Biden coalition, is due to how Americans are viewing his foreign policy actions.
There is no saving Sleepy Joe. You can't save him. Okay? You need to part your ways with Joe, bro. Like, I don't know who they would run. I mean, nobody can beat Trump, okay? Nobody can beat him. The man been in office. We see what he can do. He ran the country so great. He truly made America great. I don't care what anybody's saying. I just don't care what they're saying. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. I watched my business grow under Trump. Okay? That's powerful. I watched my own business grow and other people's businesses also. It's just not because we felt like Trump was great and we were going off of feelings. No, we actually saw the numbers and we had more money. Gas is cheaper. Everything was a lot cheaper. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you make millions of dollars, you make thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars. It doesn't matter. When things are cheaper, they're cheaper. Okay, so, you know, Joe Biden has destroyed the economy. And the irony is that they get on TV and lie to you and say that, you know, it's not that bad. But at the same time that they understand that the American people are concerned about these things, you know. Chris Jean-Pierre is just sitting up there lying all the time. No, it's bad. It's pretty bad. Like, step back and look at what's happening. If you're trying to fund some more wars and you think we're doing the right thing by, you know, funding a bunch of wars, you really need to second guess that, man. Okay? You've got to get your own house here in order in the United States. We've got a country to save first. We've got to be put first. How are we going to help anybody else? We're trillions of dollars in debt. If you ever ran a business before, you know exactly what's happening. And if you're voting for this madness right here that we're in right now, you deserve what you get. You do. But for us, it's common sense. It is common sense. They said when Trump was in office, they let their feelings control them and make decisions for them. They let their feelings, that's the facts. They let their feelings get in the way of all the great possibilities that we could have had. All right, the orange man, it was just too bad and too ugly for them. The boogeyman, the orange man, just had to go. This is not politics, man. Politics is more than that. It's more than what you think about somebody. Okay? It's way more than that. Okay? Seriously, man. Like, now you get to see that Joe Biden has been a politician for many, many decades. Okay? Not even just years, but decades. And look at what his experience is doing. This is common sense that we need some outsiders. We need some real business people in office to control the economy. America is a gigantic business. It's the biggest business on the planet. And we need someone to run it efficiently, where all of us get to see some money back. All of us get to prosper. Even the crazy liberals. But if you're out there on food stamps, you can't wait till your welfare check comes. Look, you're missing it. You're missing it. You're missing all the great opportunities. If you're crying about food stamps and you want free food, hey, nobody else get that. We pay cash for everything around here. So the people that want handouts, this is the kind of economy they like. The people who like entitlement programs, this is the kind of economy that they like. Remember what you're up against. So if you have businesses, talk to your people, man. But look, until next time, I'll see you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like and subscribe to my channel. Until next time.